Hey guys, it's Josh from J&P Cycle.
Hey, it's Pep.
It's
Charlie.
It's Charlie.
Whatever you want to call me.
Yep, we're back. We got a 250 here. Obviously, this is an older 250, so it's not really fair to compare the rear disc brake to it. If you had a newer 250, it would have a disc brake. So, with that being said, same power plant on the 250 throughout all the years. I don't think they really changed a whole lot. If I'm wrong, please correct me, put that down in the comments, but I'm pretty sure the power plant did not change. Unless maybe they have adjusted the valves on it or how they proportion things. So, you know, both these bikes, comfort-wise, I think the older XR has a little bit better of a seat. The 400 here, it doesn't have a bad seat, but it's not quite as comfortable. I think the seating stance on both of these bikes are very good. They don't make your back sore for long rides. They both have dampening adjustments on the suspension. So, you know, from that standpoint, they're very comfortable to ride. Actually, I apologize. You know what? I don't know if this has a no, it does. It does have a dampening adjustment. It's just a little different. They took the knobs off of the newer bikes, but disc brakes front and back. If you had a newer 250, you'd obviously have a disc brake on the back as well. Obviously, this older one has a drum, which, in my opinion, I don't particularly love disc brakes. I would rather have a drum in the back, or even a drum up front. I've went over the handlebars because I've had a front brake catch on me on a 230, so I don't mind having a drum brake. It's not something that breaks my heart to see. So, but if you have disc brakes, they definitely do stop better. That's just because they're performance brakes, and I think everybody knows that.
They can be sensitive.
They can be very sensitive, especially on your 250F, your 2020, yes. Extremely sensitive. We actually had a subscriber comment the same thing. They didn't like how touchy it was up front, and you could definitely agree with them on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, very touchy.
For sure. So
yeah.
The you know, the older 250, it's got I think it's about 20 pounds lighter. I know Shane commented on one of the videos that the you know, the bike's a little bit lighter than this 400, but as far as power goes, you could easily wheelie on the 400 as compared to the 250. I think it's a lot easier to wheelie on the 400. Now, I think the only upgrade I'd probably make to the 250 would be a big bore kit. We've actually had one of these with a big bore kit, and they are just so much more powerful. They just seem to run a lot better. I've seen a lot of guys on the channel, the forums and different places, they have added a big bore kit, and it just seems to run so much better. So that's one upgrade I would make to the 250 if I had, you know, if I had one that I was going to ride every summer. I would definitely add a big bore kit. I think the 400's fine. I would not change from the stock boring on the 400. I think it's got plenty of power from the weight distribution's perspective. The only thing I would like to do with this bike is get an FMF pipe for it, or maybe an Al Baker's exhaust. So maybe I'll get to that at some point. Obviously, these lights and stuff did not come standard with the 400 in 1996. There was a number plate. Somebody's added this stuff. I am planning on getting this bike street legal. I mean, I think this would be a great bike that would be brought onto the road. It's got plenty of power. It's not going to feel like it's overwhelmed on the street. I think the 250 could be street legal in certain applications. I don't think I'd take it onto like a big highway or something, but certainly it has enough power to probably get around town if you wanted to ride somewhere local or kind of stay off of the highways. So, you know, we've added a custom exhaust, a Cobra on there. Not really a custom exhaust, but aftermarket. So the Cobra exhaust is really nice on these bikes. So yeah, I mean, as far as trail riding goes on both of these, I don't really love a heavy bike in the trail. So like neither of these would be my go-to in a situation where it's super muddy. So like in the springtime, I don't think I personally would be out riding these in the spring. Once it gets a little drier at the end of the summer, this is a great bike for August. Go out riding the trails. You know, and if you do get stuck, you know, it's got some loops on it, so that kind of helps me pull it out of mud. You know, this bike does not have that, so that'd probably be something nice to add to it. You know, the 400, we kind of covered it last week. It's got more power. It's a little bit heavier, but it's certainly something that I think is worth the extra weight. The 250, a lot of guys love it. It is a great bike. I don't think you can go wrong with an XR250. They're pretty much all around. You can be anywhere from like 5'5" all the way to 6'2", and it's going to hold up really good for you. So, you know, both bikes are perfect for those groups of guys who'd be riding. If you have any comments, you know, put them down in the comment section. Just a quick video this week. We're just kind of going over some stuff. We're still working on getting access to the that junkyard, the largest in the East Coast. I did talk to the owner, and he was checking with his parents to make sure that we could get access to it. I did get a drone, which you will see some drone footage in some of our other videos today. So we'll be doing some drone footage of the junkyard. When we were there last week, we picked up a part, and that's this guy had, like, I don't know, probably 5,000-6,000 motorcycles just out there in you know, different, obviously, conditions. A lot of them were wrecked, or you know, you had dirt bikes that have been just out in the weather for a long time. You had a lot of CT70s, some really cool stuff. So I'm hoping we can get access to that place to film and show you guys. Of course, if we need a part, he's probably got it, because they have a little bit of everything. So I personally would take the 400. If I'm going to be on a big heavy bike, I'm going to take the 400 anyway. I don't think the 20 pounds is going to really make it or break it for me, so I would tend to lean towards the 400 if I was going to pick between the 250 and the 4. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. If there's anybody who lives local to the Youngstown area, Ohio, maybe this summer we can get together and do a ride along or something like that down to Wellsville. So you know, put your comments in there, subscribe to the channel, join along. We got some more custom builds coming your way. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you guys in the next one.